Lord, I had to get some coffee for this one because I think this is about to be, child. You gotta realize, it's you. Like, you the trash one. Hey guys, if you are new here, my name is ChimereNicole. Welcome to the channel, and today's topic is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So we are going to be talking about men. And we're going to keep it positive. As positive as we can keep it. If you're new here, I am a cosmetologist. I have my own small business, which means I am a hairstylist, right? So women sit in my chair all day, all night, and what do we talk about often? Relationships, family, children, all of that. So I have a ton of topics that we discuss throughout the week, but for the most part, it always kind of comes back to the men in our life, right? So one of the interesting things that came up this week was men are trash. I was like, ooh, men are trash. And I was like, wow. It's not necessarily untrue, but wow. Not all men, hold on, let me preface this by saying not all men are trash, okay? That is so not nice. It's not always untrue, but it's so not nice to say. But I really do want to talk about this topic because, you know, one of the reasons why a lot of women say this, or even, I mean, some men even say it, child. Some of the reasons why women say this is because, you know, relationships are hard, and a lot of women have dealt with a lot of bad apples in the bunch, and because of that, you know, they are triggered and they are hurt, and you know, a lot of trauma goes into some of these relationships, and so it just gives us like a negative view of men sometimes. So I don't want to say that men are trash, but I want to talk about the reasons why women feel this way, okay? And again, I'm going to try not to talk about this from personal experiences. I'm really going to try to talk about this from the perspective of a lot of the women who sit in my chair day in and day out, and some of the things that they share with me as their hairdresser. And so, you know, if you guys don't know, the relationship between a woman and her hairdresser is like, it's sacred, okay? The stuff that they tell me, it never leaves my lips, but it does have a lasting impression on me, and so I want to kind of share that with you guys here on my channel to get your feedback and your perspective, and you know, for me to kind of just have this open dialogue with you guys. A lot of times you'll hear women say, you know, men are dogs, or men are trash, or men are from Mars, men are from Venus, right? I know you guys have heard that too, but a lot of times when women say this, they're really just saying that because they are hurt or they have been hurt, and they're just dwelling in those negative experiences that they've had with men, either in their present or in their past. So men, if you're watching this, you guys are not trash, not all of you guys, but like women, we have some trash like behaviors that we need to dissect, and we need to work on, and we need to fix in order for us to be in healthy, strong relationships. Some of those things are, of course, dealing with other women when you're in a relationship with said person. Like, men be trying to juggle all these women like they work at the circus. Where you working at, sir? I thought you worked for the Department of Education. Ooh, shady. Like, like, where you working at? You can't be juggling all of these women and think that you are going to somehow be proficient in doing it. Men can't do one thing and get that right. How do you think you're going to do 3 things or 3 women and you're going to be successful at it? It's just not going to happen, okay? So I think one of the things that women like to discuss when we talk about men being trash is that their treatment of said woman. And I think that really just goes back to hurt people hurt people. A lot of times men are operating under assumption. They are operating on assumption because women have not been vocal in telling men not only what they want, but giving them the expectation of how they want to be treated. Now, I'm going to say this, and I hope that this is not a controversial thing, but men don't know how to treat women because women don't know how to be treated, okay? And I'm saying this because women have been accepting, unfortunately, have been accepting treatment that does not align with the boundaries and the standards that they have set for themselves. And because women, we have not set the standard for how we want to be treated, we allow men to not only cross the boundaries, but completely diminish or deplete or destroy the little bit of boundaries that we set. Men will only do what we allow, and I am going to go on this hill and I am going to die on this hill. Men are only going to treat you in the way that you allow. So if you allow a man to treat you any old way, don't be surprised when he treats you any old way. He's only going to do what you allow. So if you set that standard early on and you let him know, like, I expect flowers, I expect to be taken out on actual dates, not for you to come over here and Netflix and chill. I expect a certain level of treatment. And when you let him know this from the gate and you set that standard for yourself, men are going to meet you at that standard. But if you don't do that, and then you're wondering why you're getting trash treatment, essentially, you kind of got to look in the mirror and say, whose fault is this? Is it his fault because he's doing it? Or is it my fault because he is allowing it? And also, is it my fault because I didn't show him or give him the expectation, or I didn't give him the rule book on how to treat me? So again, whose fault is it? Is it his? Or is it yours? And also, ladies, I'm not going to like just get on us, because you know, like, we are our worst critics. I'm gonna speak for myself. I am definitely my worst critic, okay? And so even when, you know, you kind of self-reflect on things that you're dealing with, it's kind of like, yeah, so what happens when I set that standard, or I have these boundaries, or I have these values, and he still chooses not to align himself with the boundaries and the expectations that I've already set? The easiest answer to this is, he is not your person. He is not what you have romanticized him to be. And you have created this storyline because you are operating on potential, and you are not operating based off of what he is showing you. If this man is showing you that he cannot meet you where you are, and in your mind, you have romanticized what you think could be, again, take a hard look in the mirror and be self-reflective and say, whose fault is this? Is it his because he has shown me who he is and I choose to ignore it because I see potential there? Or is it mine because I've chose the latter? We are so quick to say, oh, he trash. You know, he ain't even the right man for me because he don't be doing it. And it's like, okay, but whose fault really is it? It's yours, because you are allowing this to happen. You are allowing this to go on. You are the author of your story. So if you keep writing the same storyline and you keep allowing the same characters to come in, take a page from this story in this book that you're writing, it's you, right? I'm just saying. So before I jump into my next little thought bubble, please let me know if you guys are enjoying this video. Take a second to thumbs up this video. It really does help me, because, you know, we're trying to do some stuff over here. And I would implore you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the family, click the notification bell, because that is what we are doing here. We're trying to get better, and the only way we can do that is by growing together as a community. So by subscribing to the channel, you are becoming a part of the ChimereNicole community. And yeah, we're leveling up this year. So as I told you guys in the beginning of the video, I am a hairdresser, and sometimes, you know, when I'm with my clients and we're talking about whatever we're talking about, you know, I let them vent, and, you know, I'm just here to be an ear to listen, and that's what I do, right? But over the years, I have to be honest with you guys, over the years, there have been plenty of times where someone is in my chair and she's talking about whatever she's talking about, and as she's speaking, I'm doing this. I mean, I may not be making that face, but I'm kind of in my head, I'm like, wait a minute. Girl, it's you. You the toxic one. You the trash one in this conversation. It's you. And so all of my clients, shout out to the ChimereNicole family, all of my clients know I am not the person who is going to co-sign nonsense. I'm not going to do it. I've never done it. I'll listen to you. I'll try to be supportive as possible, but I am not going to co-sign nonsense. I'm not going to do it, okay? And so sometimes, again, you got to realize it's you. Like, you the trash one. And so because of, again, the past experiences and stuff that we've gone through with other people, we have this, we kind of take this, I want to say baggage. We have this baggage from other relationships that we've gone in. And so when we go into these relationships with other people, we are taking on the baggage from the previous relationship. And we do this by the things that we're triggered by. So if you were in a relationship with someone and you had really bad communication, and you know, every time you went to them with a issue or problem and their response to you was always negative, or you felt that you weren't able to express yourself in that past relationship, if you take that baggage to your next relationship and you are now with someone who communicates with you openly, who makes you feel safe to communicate, and they give you the room in order to communicate effectively, and now you are so used to being triggered every time you have an issue, you have to then look at it and say, who is the one causing the conflict? Am I bringing baggage from that old relationship that I couldn't communicate with him, and now I'm having problems communicating with my new partner who is giving me everything that I want, but I'm so used to doing it a certain way, I'm not able to look at this objectively and say, it's not him, it's me. If you're not able to be self-reflective in a new relationship or a new situation, you're always going to view your new partner as someone who is the problem, without you being self-reflective and saying, it's not them, it's me. And now that I know that it's me, I now have to go into this new relationship or this new situation with a different lens, a different perspective on how I handle this. And so in relationships, as it relates to women calling men trash, you're going in with a dirty lens from a previous relationship. And so because the person you were with before was a negative person or a no value person, you're going to this next relationship with those same hangups, those same triggers, those same negative thoughts. And you're already giving this person a negative condemnation. And it's like, this person's not even who you think they are, because who you think they are is so jaded from the experiences that you've had with other people. So all men can't be trash, but all women can view men as trash. And until you change your view on how you see people, every person in your life is always going to be looked at or viewed negatively until you change how you see them. How do you see the people in your life? If you see them as trash, they're going to be trash. And if you continue to accept them as trash, then who is responsible? You or them? So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear your views, your perspectives, some of the things if you encounter in your relationships. I would love to hear those. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys in the next video.